There's a law, and it's called the Foreign Agent Registration Act. It's FARA in DC speak. It was passed to ensure that U.S. citizens who were lobbying for, advocating for, or advancing the interests of a foreign government registered with the Department of Justice. Those filings are actually made public, so it's very transparent when a U.S. citizen is acting or promoting a cause that might not necessarily be in the best interest of the United States. And you might have heard the term before, because in the past several years, multiple people have been charged with violating FARA. People like Paul Manafort, the former chairman of President Trump's campaign. But you know who's never been charged? Hunter Biden. The same Hunter Biden that took a bunch of money as a consultant from a Chinese company. And we all know the fact, right? There's no company that operates in China that is not controlled by the Chinese Communist Party. They are de facto activating and acting on behalf of the Chinese government. It is a fact that Hunter Biden connected government officials while employed by them. So why isn't he being looked into or prosecuted under FARA like so many others have? I mean, the facts are not in question. Hunter admits he took the money and he didn't file. So why no investigation? He got this sweetheart deal, though, on tax evasion and lying on a form to get a gun. But not even to mention this, an issue that Democrats went nuts on when it was Trump officials that were accused of violating. They called them un-American. They said they were violating the law, treason, all sorts of things because it was somebody on their right. Issue after issue, though, you notice the left looks the other way when it's one of their own. Tax evasion, gun charges, filing with FARA. With respect to this FARA thing, legal guru Jonathan Turley testified about it before the House Judiciary Committee, and he said this: the similarities of the Manafort and Biden cases are striking. On a personal level, both men had ravenous levels of material consumption. Where Manafort had his $15,000 ostrich coat, Biden had his high-priced hookers and a $143,000 Fisker sports car. Both burned through money and found themselves with towering debts. However, the greatest similarity is how they paid those bills. The Manafort indictment included charges for lobbying on behalf of the Ukrainian government and Ukrainian political parties from 2008 to 2014. He did not register under FARA, which has sweeping terms covering such work. While FARA was rarely used for criminal investigation and prosecutions, Special Counsel Robert Mueller seemed to charge by the gross under the act. He hit a line of Trump associates with such allegations from Manafort to Michael Flynn, to George Papadopoulos, to Rick Gates. More recently, the Justice Department used FARA to conduct searches on the homes and files of former Trump counsel Rudy Giuliani, Republican counsel Victoria Toensing, and others. The use of FARA was celebrated by legal experts and media figures. Now, however, Hunter Biden is the target, and the evidence against him on FARA may be actually worse than Manafort in some respects. In Biden's laptop, by the way, there are hundreds of emails detailing work with foreign principals, which can include not just foreign government or foreign agencies, but foreign-based companies, nonprofits, and individuals, including Americans living in foreign countries. That would cover companies like CEFC, which had close ties to the Chinese government. You see that? Turley's making the case that it's actually worse than Manafort. Beyond the law, we've got to be asking, what did Hunter do for this money? Say what you will about Manafort, but he had built a decades-long business representing foreign governments. That was his wheelhouse. Hunter's experience? Nothing. I mean, he got a $1 million payout to represent a guy named Patrick Ho, who was later convicted and sentenced to 3 years in prison. I mean, what this really is plain old influence peddling. Because of the texts and the emails from that laptop that have come to light, we now know that on May 1st, 2017, Hunter knew his influence peddling could be a legal issue and that he could have to register. This is what he wrote at the time. He wrote, "We don't want to have to register as foreign agents under the FCPA, which is much more expansive than people who should know choose not to." Hello? He literally knows what's going on. He knows it's wrong. I believe the folks in the legal community call this intent. If this was an issue during the Trump administration, it should be an issue now. A sudden shift away from such criminal enforcement is kind of nuts. But this is where we are. Remember, we've now gotten to a one system of justice for one group of people and another for another. Well, if you enjoyed this video, click the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to make sure that you never miss another video.